The much-anticipated drama starring Jung and Jung Hae-in isn't living up to expectations, and it turns out some shady things are happening behind the scenes. From the moment the drama began airing, something felt off. It premiered with viewership ratings hovering around 5%, which, while not terrible, wasn't the breakout success many had anticipated. Given Somin's beloved status in the rom-com genre and Hae-in's undeniable charisma, fans had high hopes for the show to become a major hit. However, it didn't take long for disappointment to settle in, as the storyline was perceived as weak, and the main characters were written in ways that frustrated many viewers. A particular point of criticism was Somin's character, Sok Ryu. Fans voiced their dissatisfaction, stating that her character was written in a way that wasn't likable, making the drama difficult to watch. But what stirred an even stronger reaction from the public was the troubling dynamic between Sok Ryu and her mother. In the storyline, the two characters have a difficult relationship, marked by constant conflict and tons of fights. Despite Sok Ryu being well into her 30s, her mother frequently puts her hands on her, making several viewers incredibly uncomfortable. This element of conflict was added by the production team to serve as comedic relief, something often seen in traditional K-dramas. However, times have changed, and even domestic audiences have grown more critical of these outdated tropes. Many Korean viewers were shocked by the decision to include physical violence between the characters and label it as humor, especially given Sok Ryu's age. Fans argued that the drama felt regressive, relying on old-fashioned plotlines that are neither funny nor appropriate for today's audience. It appears that Love Next Door quickly lost its charm for many viewers, as ratings absolutely plummeted with the release of episode 7. Despite the show's initial appeal, this episode only managed to pull in a rating of 2.8%, the lowest in the series' history. This huge decline left both fans and critics scratching their heads, wondering what could have gone so wrong. Was it a failure on the part of the scriptwriters to create a more engaging storyline, or is this major flop a direct consequence of overused spoilers? Spoilers are a common tactic in the world of television, used in both K-dramas and Western shows to generate suspense and keep viewers hooked. Revealing key moments ahead of time can build anticipation and create a thrill, but this approach is a double-edged sword. Exposing too much, particularly the major plot twists, risks stripping the show of its mysterious aspects. Once viewers feel like they know what's coming, the sense of excitement that keeps them on the edge of their seats vanishes. Without the thrill of the unknown, there's little incentive to continue watching. This lack of surprise may be one reason for the sharp decline in ratings. In combination with frustrating main characters, this creates a recipe for disaster, which might just have been the case for Love Next Door. The ratings suddenly dropping wasn't the only problem with episode 7, since it also included a scene that made viewers feel very uneasy. The scene in question features Sok Ryu walking alone at night down a dark alley. She becomes increasingly anxious when she senses someone following her, only to discover that it's Sung Hyo, played by Hae-in. Rather than calling out to her, he continues to follow her until she eventually turns around, terrified. When Sok Ryu confronts him demanding to know why he scared her, his response is dismissive. Sung Hyo blames her for running off instead of checking who was following her, saying she could have just looked back. This interaction hit a nerve with many viewers, who found Sung Hyo's reaction both tone-deaf and inconsiderate, especially due to the awful things that have been recently happening in South Korea. This felt like a slap across the face for Korean viewers. For many women, the fear of being followed at night is a genuine and serious concern, rooted in real-life dangers. Critics took issue with the script's portrayal of this scenario, particularly how Sung Hyo downplayed her fear, suggesting it was her fault for not checking her surroundings rather than his for not reassuring her. The backlash intensified on social media, with viewers calling out the scene for being disconnected from the reality of women's experiences. Some expressed disbelief that such a dialogue would be considered appropriate in a rom-com, as it trivialized an issue that has been pestering Korea for a long time now. Comments on social media reflected frustration at how the male character's perspective was centered while the female lead's valid fear was treated as an overreaction. Criticizing the production team, a viewer wrote, "I cannot believe the scriptwriter thought this entire conversation was supposed to be a cute back and forth between friends turned lovers. Zero awareness." Although it was a short scene, it went viral for how awful it was. Similarly, episode 4 drew serious criticism due to its English scenes, particularly those featuring actor Hayden Won, who portrays the character Chris. Viewers have expressed frustration with the quality of the English dialogue, describing it as unclear and awkward. In one memorable scene, Chris critiqued Sokryu's English, which many found an ironic moment, given his own difficult-to-understand lines. This scene led to widespread confusion and online complaints as it frustrated a lot of international audiences. Netizens argued it was a bad decision to include English dialogue that wasn't convincingly delivered. Many took to social media to explain how the dialogue undermines the professionalism of the series, with some even finding the scenes unintentionally humorous due to the awkward phrasing and delivery. Things got so out of hand, to the point the backlash reached Hayden, who addressed this criticism in a reflective post. In his letter, he acknowledged the difficulty of learning and speaking English, especially for someone who hasn't had consistent exposure to the language. He revealed personal struggles and highlighted how the role pushed him to grow and improve his language skills. Clapping back at haters, he wrote, "Some people still laugh at my dreams and dismiss them as foolish, but compared to 4 years ago, I've proven myself little by little, and those skeptical looks have significantly decreased." While his response earned sympathy from some, many fans still felt that the production team should have handled the English scenes better, either by coaching actors more thoroughly or cutting out these moments altogether. However, behind the scenes, the production got really shady. Upon seeing the disappointing ratings, some viewers suspect the team behind Love Next Door of creating a publicity stunt. Although some viewers think that Somin and Hae-in have amazing chemistry, others aren't convinced they look all that great together, and they being paired together feels off. This is why, to some netizens, it was incredibly surprising when dating rumors emerged between the two. Since the show premiered, some fans have been rooting for the two, hoping that they would become an item in real life as well. Speculation started when behind-the-scenes footage for the drama dropped, showing the two being very comfortable with each other. Things got even more heated when Hae-in showed his affection for Somin through social media. When TVN posted promotional videos of them on their Instagram page, Hae-in went out of his way liking Somin's one, but ignoring his own. The rumors escalated when it was reported that the duo are set to travel to Bali for a couple's photo shoot for a magazine, a schedule that many found unusual. While promoting his upcoming film, Hae-in was asked about the rumors, to which he gave a vague response, expressing concern that his words might be twisted by the media. Despite this fear, he didn't shy away from sharing a few details about his dynamic with Somin. He reflected on their roles as childhood friends in Love Next Door, explaining that he was initially concerned that a lack of closeness could create awkward moments during filming. To prevent this, both actors, along with the rest of the cast, made efforts to bond before shooting began. Touching on the rumors that their relationship might be more than just professional, Hae-in noted, "Neither of us are particularly outgoing, but when introverts become friends, there's a certain vibe. It's true that we've become very comfortable with each other, and that vibe of childhood friends has come through." Some people believe it's very strange that the cast has been paying so much attention to these rumors, especially since the drama is still airing. Not to mention that the Bali trip was weirdly timed, as such forms of promotion are typically scheduled before a show airs or shortly after it begins, not near the finale. Rumors have been going around that this trip, while portrayed as a simple promotional effort for a fashion magazine, could have been a PR stunt to boost the drama's low ratings. Whether true or not, it's clear that Love Next Door needed a boost, especially after episode 8 left fans disappointed. In this episode, a dramatic twist is introduced as Sokryu experiences severe stomach pains, leading to the revelation that she had been diagnosed with stomach cancer in the United States, which resulted in the removal of about 70% of her stomach. This new plot point caused a lot of drama online, as the audience believed it was incredibly sudden and unrealistic. Viewers argued it made no sense to introduce such a serious plotline near the end of the drama solely for the shock factor. Netizens immediately took to the internet to compare this development with what happened in Queen of Tears. In this hit drama, a similar cancer diagnosis was introduced when the main couple was just about to reconcile. Viewers accused the writers of Love Next Door of trying to copy this storyline, hoping to generate the same hype. Instead, this approach blew up in their face, as fans couldn't be more dissatisfied.